Kickin Country 103.1. Chuck Baker here. I told you I have Cody, Canada, on the phone with me. And good morning, Cody.
Good morning. How are you?
Man, I am doing great. We are looking so forward to the big show at Blaine's Pub tonight. You and Mike McClure. What a team!
We've been doing it for quite a while together, and we took probably, it was almost 4 years we didn't see each other or play together, and we just finally put an end to that. It's time to start doing it again. That's where we started, was me and him bowling together.
I know that Mike McClure has produced a lot of your music, and you guys have written a lot of music together, so you guys have been buddies for a long time.
Yeah, I met Mike in 1993, I believe. I think I was 15 or 16. So he introduced me to the Great Divide, and I went out on the road with those dudes for a bit, and then came home and started my own thing. And then Mike started producing Ragweed on the third record, on the 377 record, and he produced everything from that record to the very last one.
You have been on the scene for a long time with, first cross-Canadian Ragweed from 1998 to 2010, and then you formed The Departed and took it to the next level there, and it just keeps on going for you, man. It's working. Everything that you do works for you.
Well, I won't say that we don't have to struggle and work at times, because with Ragweed we worked really hard for a long time, and then it finally happened. I mean, what really happened is we quit our jobs and then had to dedicate ourselves 100% and make it a living and not a weekend thing, and it worked. And that was the same thing with The Departed. When we kicked it off, I was sharing the mic with Seth, and that was a struggle for about 3 years, and both of us knew it at a certain point. So that's when we went our separate ways. Everybody was cool, nobody was mad. He wanted to get back to doing his blues thing and fronting his own band, and I really missed fronting the band 100% and writing the songs and singing the songs, and really my way. That sounds selfish, but I was just so used to doing my songs my way, instead of saying, well, what do you think of my songs?
Right.
And so now it's back to that again. Seth's happy, and I'm happy doing our thing, and it just keeps rolling. I think once you realize that it worked in the beginning when you were relaxed and calm and doing it your way, then let's go back to doing that again. So there's no more stress and no more struggle,
Hippie Love Punk just exploded for you, man. You've had numerous singles off of that. We play them all, of course, and it has done extremely well for you.
It has. I think this is my 13th record as a performer, and every time we put one out, there's at least 2 or 3 critics that have something negative to say about it. And with this album, I didn't have one, and it goes back to that being comfortable and being yourself thing again. And that's what I did with this record.
And straightforward honesty all the way through, and you've got so much diversity on this thing, too.
I think you got to be straightforward and honest.
In-Betweener, Great Big Nothing. We're playing your current single, Easy, which is kind of a different sound. It's a little different sound for you, and I love that song.
Oh, thanks, man.
I know you burn up the road. You go all over the United States and abroad, for that matter. And I was looking at your itinerary, man, where you're headed up into Oklahoma and Montana, Idaho, Utah. You'll be in Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Numerous dates for you in California. What's the acceptance like as far as nationwide as you go around the country?
We made a really good living in Oklahoma and in Texas. We started in Oklahoma and moved our way down to Texas. And then it started about probably 18 years ago. We just packed up the van and said, let's just find somewhere to go and see what happens. We did the same thing in Texas. We pulled into Lubbock and just started playing, and people looked at us weird, and then all of a sudden we had a crowd. So we went up to Pennsylvania and started bumming around, playing some gigs up there, and then we'd scoot over to Ohio, and you keep going, and you keep telling people, and you network. And, we hang out with everybody after the bars, after the show's over. That's a big thing. A lot of younger artists ask, what to do, and I was like, well, you don't have to go into the bar and get hammered drunk, but just go talk to folks, and hang out with people and see what they like. Talk to them about your music and talk to them about what they like. And that's how we did it. It just grows and grows. And now we're to the point where when we go to Illinois or California, we have as many or more people than we do in Texas. We'll play in Chicago and have 1,000 folks on a Tuesday night, and that's a really good feeling.
I just want to touch on this for a second, but there are very few front men that people know the name immediately. Mike McClure of The Great Divide. Mike McClure is a very well-known name as a producer, as a writer, as a singer-performer. Cody Canada has been a name that from the get-go, I have always said if you ever wanted to go solo, that you could without any problem. But your name is out there, and both of you guys coming in tonight, your names are extremely recognizable.
Well, that's, once again, it's all the work. It's music, and it doesn't really look like work, but it is. There's a lot of days you don't get to see your kids, and you don't get to see your wife, but it's worth it. I've been off for the summer. Basically, I've been doing weekends, and that's about it. But come August, I'm gone for 35 days. We enjoy doing it, and I'm glad to have Mike back at it. He took a little sabbatical and just did producing, and he would play every now and then. But now he's ready to hit it hard again, and we got plans starting in January. We're going to do a West Coast run together and put him in the bus and just be his band and his band be our band and just share music.
We cannot wait for the show tonight, man. Cody Canada, Mike McClure, tonight at Blaine's Pub, 7 p.m. If you get there early, you got dinner waiting for you, and then the show starts at 8 p.m., so it'll be an early enough show for people who have to get to work tomorrow.
It'll be good. We had a warm-up night last night in San Antonio, so we're ready to go.
Cody, thank you so much for spending a little time with us today. We appreciate you very much. Look forward to the show tonight at Blaine's Pub.
Yes, sir.